Hey, YouTube family, what if I told you we can show you a level of biasness, a level of corruption like you've seen no other going down there in Memphis? What if I show you men such as Strightdroppp and reveal why he keeps getting out of bad situations, being arrested? What if we show you guys that Memphis Police Department allegedly been having ties with a lot of these young steppers? They've been having ties with these young hitters and doing things their own way with their own wave. We gotta talk about it and we gotta show it. Strightdroppp has been released over and over the years. People want to know why, including city officials. We're gonna get into that. Let's start the show the right way. Y'all hit that link, hit that notification bell. Let's rock out, gang. Now, what y'all don't know is that Strightdroppp over the years been getting lucky, folks. Strightdroppp over the years ain't had to do some of the things that other folks had to do. Strightdroppp just been in his situation, thugging and booted, pause, in his own little, back and forths. But Memphis folks wanted to always know, why does Strightdroppp keep being let go? And before I even play that video, I think the video we should play is the video of Strightdroppp and his lengthy criminal situation that had a lot of people saying, why is he released? Let's start it right now.
It happened with the help of hundreds of tips from the community.
We went through that process of vetting those tips and reaching out to our partners.
We're gonna go to the other video of it. I just want y'all to see the lengthy one because his record goes far back.
Johnson was arrested by U.S. Marshals in Indiana after spending weeks avoiding arrest. Smith was already in jail.
Johnson's rap sheet is a bit longer. Take a look. Indict him. Justin Johnson's rap sheet is a bit longer. Take a look. The district attorney's office tells us he was placed on the Violent Juvenile Sex Offender Registry in 2015 at age 17.
Now, I want you to pay attention before we expose Memphis Police Department for allegedly doing these things. 2015, Strightdroppp was placed on a Violent Juvenile Sex Offender Registry at the age of 17, y'all. This is the South, y'all. He got out of that situation. He shot into a group of people at a bowling alley, injuring people, you feel me, at age 18. These are some of the things you'll be like, he supposed to get years. Not that I'm saying that, but that's what the law tells you, right? Now pay attention.
In 2017, he shot into an East Memphis bowling alley with an assault rifle, injuring multiple people. He was arrested 10 days later and held on a $250,000 bond. In May of 2017, Johnson pleaded guilty to 3 counts.
Now check this out. 10 days later, arrested and held on a $250,000 bond. You feel me? May 2nd, 2017, pled guilty to 3 counts of aggravated assault and sentenced to 5 years in prison. But the 5 years part is gonna have y'all tripping. Why? He ain't even do all of the years at all, y'all. Pay attention to who this young man is connected to.
Counts of aggravated assault and sentenced to 5 years in prison. But after serving only 9 months, a judge granted him probation.
Did y'all hear what's going down with the system? This man allegedly, after doing all the other stuff you've seen, and then he still was like, F it, Memphis Police Department keep looking out for me, allegedly. I'm just gonna get him beef and fire into a whole bowling alley that got civilians, tourists, all that going on. Then the man pleads guilty to 3 counts of aggravated assault. This is at age of 18. Gets sentenced to 5 years. And then after that, he gets released after only 9 months, y'all.
To 3 counts of aggravated assault and sentenced to 5 years in prison. But after serving only 9 months, a judge granted him probation. In May of 2018, he was arrested again, this time on gun and marijuana charges, then released on a $7,500 bond set by a judge.
a $7,500 bond. Do the math, pay 10% of that, you got even a cheaper price. This was set by folks who are cool with this dude, who are related to this dude. We're gonna expose more of it. Yeah, I had to dig in deep into this so we can look at the situation. This man keeps getting a break that all of us wish we could get. I don't care what you guys tell me, to get these breaks is crazy, bro. You know, a little more than 2 years in federal prison, released May 2001 for good behavior. You feel me? A whole lot of situations that we're talking about. Cornelius as well. Now the rapper Young Dolph, then he gets shot and killed November 17th. It's a lot, y'all. Now y'all bear with me with this other receipt here. Y'all tell me, am I on point or what? I want my flowers too when this said and done over. Listen to what this high profile official, you feel me, what she has to say about Strightdroppp and the connection with Memphis Police Department, how he keep getting released.
Clarify, our office has fielded a lot of questions, and perhaps others of you in the room have as well, about why Justin Johnson was out of custody. I hope this tells you why, and the short answer is because of the laws. Because of the laws of the state of Tennessee. Assault.
Now she's gonna blame because of the laws, but y'all clearly see it was not because of the law, because he already prior got sentenced and then they took it out the way and released him, and it was not because of the laws. There's a lot of entrails of misfortune things going around in Memphis. We're gonna play it, but let's listen to her one more time.
For which he received a 3-year sentence. So I hope that helps clarify. Our office has fielded a lot of questions, and perhaps others of you in the room have as well, about why Justin Johnson was out of custody. I hope this tells you why. In the short.
Now, for her to even go on this, it makes sense, y'all. Pay attention to the news here. WRE Greg News, Channel 3 News, that is. You're gonna see this officer, you feel me? This is after, or I think before, a little bit prior to Young Dolph dying. One of the officers getting an allegation in a sexual contact with a woman.
And was called a black expletive.
Story. To tell you the truth, it was the first time I think I've been able to fully exhale in 4 years. For once, somebody was listening. For once, is because she doesn't know how to handle real D.
Allen retaliates professionally and personally. The third woman says he even stalked her. It's part of why they no longer work for the West Memphis Police Department.
Now, this ain't the only one. There's been a lot of officers over the years who have been connected with this situation, to the point that, you know, the police chief had to come out with recommendations for a Memphis Police task force charged with re-imaging the police department.
6662, we got one.
For the last year, the group has acted as a liaison between the community and the Memphis Police Department. They spoke to residents across the city.
They've been more than a liaison. They've been doing things like getting tied up in connections like this famous case here. I want you guys to see how Memphis police officers kept letting this suspect right here that you see, who's been in deadly situations on and off, and he was able to get out, and just by the help of Memphis Police Department, to scare some of the witness in his case. Listen right quick.
Roughly 1 year, 17-year-old O'Shea Sims went from honor student and band member to murder suspect, later set free.
Once I explained to the prosecutor, I sat down with her and we went over everything. She too was quite shocked that this is what the evidence looked like. And so that's how.
His own parking lot close to Airways in Lamar.
You have to have corroborating evidence or other evidence other than a statement.
Surveillance video from the wrong day. Court records show another person at the scene never identified Sims as the shooter, and friends put him elsewhere.
And so he just started making things up, and that's what the confession
believes the confession was false and forced. Investigation. If those names sound familiar, it's because WREG has mentioned them recently.
Does that raise any questions for you?
Absolutely.
Kelly is on a list of more than a dozen law enforcement officers being investigated by the DA's office for misconduct. He and Green traveled to Montgomery, Alabama to interview a murder suspect, but riding shotgun on the taxpayer-funded trip was another murder suspect in an unrelated case, Bridget Stafford. Racy texts reveal Kelly had a sexual relationship with Stafford. He gave her money and bought her weed. Stafford told police she had marijuana Kelly purchased in the car during the trip and smoked with Green's wife before leaving. Kelly retired amidst an investigation. One where she reportedly beat up a man after having to chase him was appealed through civil service and dropped. The other.
Now, these are just some of the cases and situations. Now, the police chief who issued the situation you seen, well, this year she's showing you how these guys in Memphis Police Department, MPD, don't really do a good job. Guess what happened to her? Her gun got stolen out her vehicle in Cordova.
Weekend, one of Police Chief C.J. Davis's handguns was stolen from a car while she was inside a Cordova store.
WRE Skurlock.
And I'm Greg Hurst. MPD says that over the weekend, one of Police Chief C.J. Davis's handguns was stolen from a car while she was inside a Cordova.
Very quiet right now in the shopping center. They're right now.
I mean, you gotta be honest. That's incompetent. For you to have your weapon stolen out your vehicle because you went to the car, so it shows you don't properly handle it the right way. You got shakedowns with search and seizures they got going on. It's a lot going on. You got police officers being accused of domestic violence. You got, it's like, it's rampant. The biggest gangs in Memphis is the MPD. So you're gonna have officers being charged with murder and kidnapping, as you see here.
Us now from the newsroom with the latest in the investigation and reaction from the victim's family. Felicia.
Aaron and Nicole, investigators say the Memphis police officer charged with murder forced the victim into his squad car before killing him. Police also say Officer Patrick Ferguson was on duty at the time and knew the victim. Identified as 30-year-old.
I told you, and knew the victim. This what they do. It's not a secret that police with thugs go hand to hand. It was to the point West Memphis police chief had to resign, you know, earlier in December 22nd.
Tonight we're learning more about the resignation of West Memphis's police chief, Michael Pope. He says he's leaving to pursue other endeavors and goals. Good evening and thanks for joining us.
Now, that's what they tell you, other endeavors and goals, but it's a lot of situations you've seen there, and it's embarrassing for a police department to go through that, to go back and forth, false accusations. So it makes sense that, you know, the one they call Mr. Splat Dat, aka Just Drop, it makes sense that he's being entrailed in these situations. The charges that he keep getting released. But young Dolph, being the legend that he is, his name is too powerful for the same thing that happened in this case. Now, we know, you know, Strightdroppp has no bond right now. Let's see what happens. Let's see where this goes. Let's see if they find another shaky situation to help him out. I don't know what's going on, but this case been spooky. Memphis Police Department is the biggest gang. Look, I'm your guy, DJ Bless One. Love your family, love your kids, and definitely, ladies and gentlemen, stay blessed.